Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is September the 24th, 2022, and today the topic is how to turn away wrath. Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy Saturday. First, I want to say thank you to everyone that tuned in last night to the episode with Miss Angela, the Christian sexpert. I hope that you all enjoyed that conversation and feel free to check out her platform and everything she has going on. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then go check out the episode. It is our featured video. We talked about purity culture and much, much more. So by all means, check it out and see what the Christian sexpert has to say. Yesterday was pretty chill overall for me. I was taking in a lot of information and whatnot, and then later on that evening I did an episode of GSL, and that's what my day looks like. And to be honest, I mean, I woke up pretty much at the sound of my alarm this morning and whatnot, but I was kind of tired, and I was saying to myself before I started, I'm like, man, I hope that I go back to sleep because today have a pretty busy day ahead, I guess I would say. And so maybe even weekend ahead. So I hope that I go back to sleep after I do this, but we'll see what happens. But anywho, I just pray that the Lord come on in and say whatever he wants to say through me. Because at the end of the day, this chat today is all about how to turn away wrath. I listened to the prayer meditation. I remember it being pretty good, but like I said, I was so tired that I don't know, I didn't really remember much from the prayer meditation this morning. But I just know afterwards the word wrath came into my heart and mind, started to look up verses, and here we are. So how to turn away wrath? Well, when we get into the word of God, basically, it shouldn't come as a surprise that, it's the opposite of what we do when we're angry. I did look up the definition of wrath, but I didn't write it down. So if you need to do that, by all means, do that. But it pretty much talks about a almost comical version of anger. But again, go and look up the definition for yourself if you need to do that. But the focus today is how to turn away wrath biblically, right? So Psalm 37:8 says, refrain from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not yourself, it tends only to evil. Well, I guess it comes as no surprise that this is the vibe when it comes to the Bible and us, what it has to say about anger and wrath and everything like that. It's telling us here to refrain from anger. I know that sounds easier said than done sometimes, when we're going through stuff and you're like, oh, it really upsets you, whatever the case is. Again, it may be the last thing on your mind to actually refrain and whatnot. And to forsake the wrath, right? We might not even feel like we can do that, but guess what, y'all? We got power, self-control, and things of that nature. You can channel those things into something else. You can, what do I do when I'm angry? Well, sometimes it depends. I have, I seek counsel, I may go talk to, someone that I feel is spiritually capable to counsel me through whatever the situation is. Maybe I could share my thoughts and whatnot with individuals like that, trusted mentors and, individuals again that are spiritually sound to give me solid advice and not only that, but also listen, and whatnot, and share whatever wisdom that I need to hear in that moment. That's something that I tend to do. And sometimes I just tend to write down my thoughts as well, like when I'm angry and things like that. So those are two practical things that you all can do rather than stew and stay in the anger, wrath, whatever the case is. Refrain from it. So that means for me, find something else to focus on. James 1:20 says, for the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. There you go, y'all. The anger of man does not produce righteousness. I think it's very interesting that, the Bible tells us to, refrain from wrath and basically let God handle the wrath, like let God do the vengeance and the wrath. On one hand, it's like, oh, because I know one of the complaints about the Bible is that, oh, God is this vengeful God, and that I guess we look at it like he's this God in the sky that's just judging us all the time. And then in this, he's literally asking us, hey, y'all don't hold on to wrath X, Y, and Z. Let me handle that. I don't know. I don't know how people view that and whatnot. I mean, I'm just saying what people, I guess, what I've heard, or how can I say, the issues that people bring up with the God of the Bible, as well as, everything like that. But it's just very interesting that, I guess, the temperament or whatever that we have when we face certain things, when we don't do it God's way, then we're holding on to this thing. It's festering. It's becoming a mountain when really it was just a molehill. So just something to think about. I mean, twice here is telling us to forsake the anger, refrain from it. And it pretty much tells me in this verse that I just shared that it doesn't bear any good fruit. It doesn't produce the righteousness of God to be angry. So yeah. Speaking of that, Ephesians 4:26 and 27 says, be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger, and give no opportunity to the devil. So there you go. I mean, there is something to be said for, acknowledging the feeling. Obviously, you can be angry, just don't sin, you can be upset about something. I mean, you're human, right? You don't have to work, sit here and be like, oh, I can't feel anger. But at the same time, you don't have to, again, dwell in it, stay in it, and then cause it and make it cause you to sin, make it cause you to, take vengeance or take justice in your own hands or anything like that. I mean, again, there's going to be these moments where you're going to feel like you want to do that, but the word is telling us to refrain from that, exercise our self-control and give those things over to the Lord. So let's keep going, y'all. Ephesians 4:31, it says, let all bitterness and wrath and anger and I don't know what this word says, so sorry, y'all. And slander be put away from you, along with all malice. Y'all can read that verse for yourself to see. Clamor. I think the word might be clamor. So it says, and clamor and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you, along with all malice. So put these things away from you. Again, turn those things over to the Lord. I mean, I don't know why I'm even talking about this day. I'm not angry. Again, this is just a word that came on my heart and mind after I, listened to the prayer and meditation this morning. Because like I said, I'm super tired, honestly. But yeah, this is what we need to do. Let's put away bitterness, wrath, anger, clamor, slander, and malice. Hey, got one more verse for y'all. It's Proverbs 15:18. A hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but he who is slow to anger quiets contention. So there you go, y'all. There you go. If you're wondering how to turn away wrath, again, it's human to get angry. Nothing wrong with, getting angry per se. But, find ways to turn away the wrath. I gave 2 practical ways that I do it personally. Again, in my angry moments, I mean, aside from prayer, right? And here's 2 more, I guess. Prayer and praise, right? I guess when you're in the midst of praise, that can cool down the anger. When you're in the midst of prayer, that can cool down the anger as well. And then two things I do outside of prayer and praise is to, write down my thoughts as well as seek wise counsel. So there you go, y'all. If you are in the midst of any type of situation and you're wondering, you're angry, you're upset, and you're wondering how to turn away wrath, hopefully these things encourage you and inspire you. There's some more verses in the Go Deeper section that you guys can peruse and let marinate on your hearts and minds as well. But the Bible verse of today is Matthew 7:13-14. It says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. There you go, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice. I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm wide awake right out of bushy tail now. But again, I do hope that I go and close my eyes a little bit more, because I know that, again, it's a long day ahead and everything like that. Again, I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Whoever listens to the sound of my voice today, whoever listens to this, period, I hope that these words encourage and inspire you. I hope you find another way to channel your anger. Again, you don't have to hold on to wrath. You don't have to take justice into your own hands. Matter of fact, God is telling us not to do that. He said, "Vengeance is mine, say the Lord." And so, yeah, take a deep dive into the Go Deeper section if that's you. Again, those 4 things that you can do as well in the midst of that hopefully will help you as well through whatever it is. And at the end of the day, again, let the Lord, fight your battles. And that's the juice today. But yeah, I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow. No. I look forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.